All right, let's take a look at the difference or subtracting rational functions here. Now, I'm going to kind of cheat through this a little bit because we already talked about how to add these. We talked about finding a common denominator by finding the products. Okay, so I'm going to copy this right here as you see it, okay? Because everything up to this point, replace this with a minus, replace this with a minus, replace this with a minus, okay? So if we do that, okay, let's start this one here. 4x plus 4 over x plus 1, x minus 7 minus, okay, over here it'd be 3x squared minus 21x, and then the same denominator on the bottom. Now, everything up to this point is the same, right? We need a common denominator. It's the same two functions we were trying to add before. Here's where things get different, right? I am subtracting all of these terms. So when you're subtracting fractions, you got to be really careful here because you are subtracting this numerator, right? Notice the parentheses coming in now. You're subtracting this numerator from this numerator. So because you're subtracting this, right, when you go to write this as one fraction, right, you've got your 4x plus 4, but now you're subtracting 3x squared, excuse me, and you're also subtracting negative 21x, which makes this a positive 21x. Okay, so this is the big idea here with when you're subtracting and you have more than one term on the top, you're subtracting all of the terms that are in the top. So this is a plus 21. So if you compare this to the addition problem, right, we didn't change any of these values because we were adding, right? We were adding this, we were adding that. So we didn't have to change any of their signs. When we're subtracting, we're basically taking the opposite of each of these terms, right? The positive 3x squared is negative 3x squared. The negative 21x is positive 21x. All right. So after that, again, the process of combining these doesn't change. We're still going to do our denominator once. We're still going to combine our terms that are in the numerator. Okay. Just be careful that we're combining the like terms and using the correct signs. And then again, we're still taking the denominator's factors and making sure they're not equal to 0, right? So again, just to reiterate, we are going to have to exclude values of x from our denominator because this is a rational function, all right? Just make sure when you're subtracting a fraction that has multiple terms in the numerator, you subtract all of the terms in the numerator, all right?